Hey, this is Kiwipreneur, just giving a quick reaction and my thoughts on the final trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. So, like you, I waited all day to watch the latest Star Wars trailer, and yeah, I liked it. It's hard to pin down, it's kind of hard to figure out, so it looks pretty epic, but you just don't get any cohesion or coherence to what the plot is or what they're trying to do. So, typical J. Abrams mystery box stuff. So, it could be really good. It could be disappointing. Apparently, he wants to make a definitive, satisfying conclusion to a nine-part episode saga. So he wants it to feel like you could watch it from episode one all the way through, and it's all coherent and it's all one big plot, overarching saga. So actually hearing that as a real Star Wars fan of the originals and having actually liking the prequels as well, I'm actually quite pleased to hear that because when he brought out episode seven, the Force Awakens, it was quite a nostalgic nod to episode four, A New Hope. So it would be good for it to feel like a episode nine of nine saga, 9 part saga. So obviously, the Disney or Lucasfilm are going to do move into other aspects of the Star Wars universe. So you'll see that with the Mandalorian TV show, which comes out next month, and you'll get it with the Double D from Game of Thrones producers with their so-called trilogy, and also possibly Ryan Johnson with his trilogy, unless that's canned due to him not being very popular. So I loved Kylo Ren in this. He looked kind of iconic as per normal. So he is. Of the new characters, he's my favourite character because he actually feels he's got a bit of vibe to him or mystery to him. Has his bad moments, but yeah, overall, I found the special effects pretty impressive. I'm hoping it's not like the Last Jedi, where it feels epic, but it was kind of stripped back, kind of plot wise, and quite limited. So, a bit worried about all the big Star Destroyers, the classic Star Destroyers from the Empire days. Whether they're ghost ships or what are they about? Are they actually a fleet? The whole mystery with the Emperor, is he a Force ghost? Is he a hologram? Is he really the Emperor? Is he taking possession of a younger body or clone like he has in the old expanded universe? Yeah, what happens there? So, um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. So, got my ticket. A friend of mine got 4 tickets for us four in a movie club I casually a member of. So, you'll be going to the midnight screening. When it comes out. So it'll be one of the first um, groups in the world to probably watch it here in New Zealand. So time zone wise, so I will do a full review with spoilers when I come out of the theatre. So I'll be walking around the garage or walking around the streets. Just giving my thoughts, processing it. When The Last Jedi came out, it took me a while to process that, and my initial reaction was wait till we see episode 9 before I really give a definitive viewpoint on episode 8, because it felt like they had painted themselves in a corner. Felt like it was too conclusive with Luke Skywalker dying. So, yeah, there's a bit of nostalgia in this, and I found the nostalgia a bit overdone at times. In the prequels, it was when they had nostalgia or call outs to original, it was quite thought of as cheesy, and I've kind of feel the same with this. So the C3PO going, taking a last look at my friends. Is that him taking a last look before he goes evil? With the red eyes like he had in one other trailer. What's that mean? So we'll soon find out. Uh, are they going to have Anakin Skywalker in this last one? Are we going to reference him? Are we going to talk about the Chosen One prophecy? Is he going to be um, much about the Sith versus Jedi with the whole lore from the prequels and old Knights of the Old Republic days? So I'm excited in the sense that as a Star Wars fan, could be interesting. So if they explore the Star Wars lore and add to the mystique or add to the universe that is Star Wars, I'll be very satisfied. But if I just don't nail that, I won't. The Last Jedi, I felt they kind of did that a little bit. With Luke Skywalker little rant in that temple ruins where he's talking about how the Jedi failed. That was interesting. But what failed for me in that movie was they didn't really grab hold of that and actually really make something of that. So be interesting to see what other people think of the trailer. I liked the action in it, so I did like the lightsaber battle. Does feel like they're going a bit more towards prequels in terms of their in terms of their combat choreography and that. So I like a bit of speed instead of the original trilogy where I found the lightsaber battles in hindsight a bit slow. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the First Order. Do we see Snoke? Does Snoke come back? So who knows? So is Snoke Darth Plagueis? That's another big question. Darth Plagueis, who was obviously mentioned in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, in the opera scene, or is Snoke Palpatine, or is Snoke come back, or is he forgotten? Yeah. Can J.J. Abrams rescue the trilogy because it lacked cohesion? Because he did him and Lawrence Kasdan took bits of what Michael Arndt wrote and made a nostalgic heavy episode 7 and then passed the baton to Ryan Johnson, who threw all that out and went in a totally different direction, and it felt like there was no cohesion. The whole trilogy wasn't planned out. So does episode 9 rescue things and bring it back on track? So that's my big question. How is it going to compare to Return of the Jedi and Revenge of the Sith? So Return of the Jedi was very conclusive and epic conclusion, quite as good as kind of the prior two films at the time in terms of emotional weight and that, in terms of Darth Vader being redeemed and all that stuff. And Revenge of the Sith, as much as it felt shoehorned, they had to throw in a lot of stuff to create continuity with the original trilogy. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Episode 9 can actually conclude the whole series, because you don't want it to be divisive. And the rumour is that they've got 6 endings that they've been testing, and they've got to pick one because Disney don't want a repeat of The Last Jedi Backlash, and J.J. Abrams has been trying to make a satisfying conclusion that will please everyone. So apparently the rumour is from Disney are forcing him to make changes to make it conclusive and make everyone happy. So the vibe of the film, I feel from the trailer, it's got an epic vibe to it. So if the writings holds up, it could work. So it could be quite good. My hunch and my gut tells me that, yeah, I'll like it. I'll come out and I'll feel this, like when I came out of Revenge of the Sith, I'll feel satisfied and concluded, kind of like that. And that was interesting at the time because we were never going to get any more Star Wars Luke Skywalker saga, family saga movies, and we have, and it feels a bit ham-fisted. So it'd be interesting to see if J.J. Abrams can bring cohesion back to it, make it interesting, and get some consensus from Star Wars fans, whether it was a worthwhile effort or whether it's a kind of a meh kind of thing. So we'll soon find out. So yeah, so interesting to see what your thoughts are if anyone's watching this. Yeah, so my takeaway is it looks well shot. A lot potentially could be quite cheesy with all those Star Destroyers, and like what's the economics behind that? Is that First Order, or is it Palpatine raising ghost ships or something? And who's controlling those? Is it the old Empire? Is it First Order? Is it something from the beyond the outer reaches or whatever of the outer rim or whatever? Or so we're going to soon find out anyway. So it'll be in theatres soon, so we've got a couple months, and no doubt there'll be some TV spots which will show a little bit more, but without doing the plot. So yeah, I like the look of it. So doesn't blow me away. It doesn't get me jumping up and down or crying like some people might on the internet. But well, I overall think yeah, Disney done a pretty poor job of a Star Wars sequel trilogy. Yeah, because yeah, it's felt like they've dropped the ball and they've tried to kind of sanitize it and make it a bit more new and that, but they with no real risk taking. Yeah, at least George Lucas in the prequels took risks and took the story and took the Star Wars planets and that into a totally different direction, into some weird territory. Like just look at episode two with Geonosis with all those weird little creatures and stuff like that. So that was kind of he went places, that water planet. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what George Lucas thinks of this film when it comes out. If he feels it's satisfied. So the rumor is that he's been brought on as a consultant on this film to help rescue it. In terms of bring it back in terms of the Star Wars lore. So go check it out, and yeah. So when it comes out, I'll do a proper review then.